Hey, what's up, everybody?
We are live.
Hell yes, we got our name. So I want to say before I forget, I love your church sessions. Like,
thank you.
Was that your first time doing it? And what church did you use?
It was my first time. I actually filmed all of my Christmas ones in October because it's like a true country church where there's no electricity. So if I film them in December, Minnesota, Wisconsin is very similar. We'd be freezing.
And it'd be dark because
Exactly.
so early, so you get a little more time.
Exactly. It's dark at like 4.
And that tree was really pretty too.
It is. We had to run a generator to get the tree lit up and going. We brought the tree from home out there. It's the first time I've ever seen it look anything different out there, so it's kind of exciting to see like a pretty tree in it and kind of get a view of what it might have looked like back when it was up and running.
Nice. Yeah, right now I shared this to before I shared the event to like a Midwest group, and I was like, Minnesota and Wisconsin representing
right now. Midwest coming to you live.
Yes. We are no strangers to driving in the snow. That's
no.
So Nashville today had like a very pretty, like nothing hit the ground, obviously, because that basically never happens. But it was just really pretty. And being out in Jesse's backyard and looking out where you filmed the next music video, you know what I'm talking about. I'm just standing out there looking and watching the snowfall and watching the birds.
So
yeah, it was definitely a good meditation space.
I believe it.
Yeah.
That's like the perfect spot. Anything with snow, just snow falling down is just the most beautiful thing.
Yeah. So you said you've done this before where you go live on Instagram and Facebook.
Yes.
So you know we're also live on Twitter and YouTube. Where have you done this with? Who did you pull this off with?
I did it. It was solo, and it was for a radio station. And the entire time, I felt like I was looking back and forth, like I was trying to turn left or right while driving. And I was like, I'm sorry if I look like I'm really confused. I swear I know what's happening. I'm just trying to watch everybody.
That's awesome. When you messaged me, I couldn't make up my mind. I really couldn't. I was like, I just need to get back to her. I just can't make a decision.
I know. It's so hard because they're both so great.
Yeah, and great in different ways. And then there's Twitter. And Twitter has been huge this year for meeting people that are not from the U.S. and from all different, because they seem to love Twitter. And so I've learned to love it and gotten really into tweeting almost every day. So, sweet.
Right. I need to be better at Twitter. Twitter is so fun. I'm just like really good at scrolling and not posting anything. And I'm like, why am I not posting anything? I need to be better at that.
Twitter is the best. So when I was coming and visiting Nashville and going to CMA Fest, I would follow all the artists that I wanted to know when their pop-ups were.
Right.
I would follow on Twitter because that was like real-time tweets. Like they would just quickly like do 60 words. Hey, I'm going to be over here in 20 minutes. And I'd be like, oh, we're going.
Right. It's perfect.
Yeah. We'll definitely have to do something during CMA Fest. My whole family and everybody will be there. And it's going to be a fun week this year, even though it may look a little different. Who knows?
Right. Who knows? I think any public event is going to be so much fun. Just from this year of not having any, it'll be like the biggest smile fest ever. We'll feel like we're back at prom with our cheeks hurting from smiling so hard.
Yes. Do you ever feel that way? Like, I feel like when I'm doing a podcast and the videos are not on.
Right.
I find myself when it's done being like, ow, that really, like, I'm not even on camera and I'm beaming the whole time. Like, I don't know if it's just what they're saying or what, but I feel like a huge dork.
I'm the worst at that, but also if I'm taking a photo of someone else, I'm like, all right, smile. And I'm like, why am I smiling? I'm not even in this picture.
Yeah. I will say this, if anyone ever wants a boost, like a huge positive boost to feel good, dress up in a kid's costume and then have that be your job, or you just sit. And I was a little person one time at the mall, and my job was to have kids come up and take pictures. And after those 2 hours, I felt like a totally new person, like just.
I love that.
It was so much fun. I hadn't even watched the show. I didn't even know what a little person was until I showed up that day. But that's kind of like the random. I like to try new things.
Right. Hey, that's cool. You get to do like random things when you try new things too. Makes it fun.
Yes. Okay. One more question before we do any music. Did you listen to any of Morgan Wallen's?
Yes. How can you not?
There was a couple. I wish I could tell you that I really loved, like that shone through.
Right.
I messaged Jesse one of them, and I was like, maybe you should like get into this one.
Right.
Recover.
I was listening to all of them, and I was like, it's one of those that it's nearly impossible to pick a favorite. And I always hate picking favorites too, because I'm like, I can't. This is just not easy.
Oh, I might have not. Thanks for coming in here. Wait, I gotta push live on Facebook.
We've got Instagram. They're rolling.
Okay, here we go. Well, they didn't miss any songs though.
Perfect.
Jesse, I'm sorry, you had me do one job and I couldn't do a button. There, now we're live, and we're live in the Kirsties Thirsties group. That makes a lot more sense.
Perfect, just in time, right before we did anything.
Oh, okay. One time during quarantine, this was April. I went and we went live for 20 minutes, and that specific day we had a funny intro where I thought it was funny, but it wasn't. But anyway.
Me.
We totally played it all off, and we did this intro, and we thought we were live, and that just happened, by the way, everybody. But then all of a sudden, my mom figured out how to request a song on My Set app to us, and she was like, "You are not live." And I was like, Jesse, look at this song request, and he was like, he got it right away, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, what have we been doing?" So that was just definitely a quarantine moment.
Oh, right. That is just like everything quarantine.
Yes.
Stephanie says we're echoing a bit, so I'm seeing if I can move my mic a little further away. Maybe if I turn this down.
Yeah. I
wish I could. Ooh, actually, I could put like a pair of headphones in this one, then it wouldn't have an echo at all.
Oh, I got some headphones right here too. I'll put some in. This is gonna be a night. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. We are now live on Facebook as well. Thank you guys for joining us. Really, it was just me pushing a button.
We got it. That's all that matters. Taking care of the echo right now.
Yeah. Awesome. You have been so busy this year, too.
Who are you?
I don't know. I'm just like, I was watching some of your lives, and I remember thinking like, oh, maybe Dariann and I will go live someday. And then I asked you, and you were like right on board.
Yes, I'm always game for a live, a right. I'm game for anything ever.
Hey.
If you need someone to go skydiving, I'm your girl. If you need someone to take care of a bowl of peas, I'm not your girl. That's about it.
Cottage cheese.
I like cottage cheese, but I just can't do peas. Not my thing.
Really? Just
no.
Anything. What if they're in the casserole?
I feel like a child when I do it, but I'm the like move it over to the side and I'll eat everything else and keep moving the cheese to the side. Like a true child at heart in that moment.
That is funny.
I pick them out. I can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, being from the Midwest, I love, and like Wisconsin, I love cheese, but I don't understand cottage cheese. And I think it's gross. And I'm
a sucker for it with peaches and stuff, though. Like mixed with other things, I think it's great. But I don't eat it by itself. I can't do that.
Oh gosh, I don't want to drop that. Well, yeah,
gross. I'm glad Anthony agrees. I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
I hope
I love broccoli though. Is there still an echo?
I don't think so. Nobody's saying. I'm assuming it's better now.
All right, let us know if it is better. The echo. I'm from Wisconsin. Anthony, yes, you are. Anthony, Nick, then you got to be a part of my Scotty's Nash. Wait, what is it? It is Wisco Nashies Facebook group.
I love it.
We'll connect about that. Yeah.
We can talk all things Wisconsin.
Yes. Oh well, let's get to some music. We literally could chat like all.
I know.
All time.
Let me get these.
All right. This is I'm gonna start and just do like on this is my Takamine mini tonight, and I'm gonna do the song that I decided to surprise myself and everybody with. I didn't even know I was gonna release it, and it's off the record that's gonna be coming out. It's a love song, which is rare for me, but I wrote it with Scott Barrier and Donna De Sopo. Do you know them?
No, I don't.
Okay, great team. They are some good people right there. So I'll have to introduce you because they're fun and they have 2 cuts on the record, and like they work really well together too, and it was
Awesome.
just fun. So yeah, this is what love does. I'll take this off for a second. You're always there in my faraway steady, lead in my daydream movie. Man, we are my brightest star in my endless galaxy. Magical madness, amazing kind of crazy, bang. Zoom to the moon and I'm with you. Sound of your voice lifts me up, up, up. Can't get mind up how you touch me. Falling deeper with your every kiss. Beautiful bliss. Never felt like this, but I can't resist you. That's what love does. That's what love does. It's what it does. What it does. I'm craving the taste of your lips and the way love rushes through my body. Powerful drug I can get enough. Pour your sugar over me. Floating and flying, boy, there's no denying. Sky high on cloud nine when I'm with you. Sound of your voice lifts me up, up, up. Can't get mind up how you touch me. Falling deeper with your every kiss. Beautiful place. Never felt like this, but I can't resist you. That's what love does. That's what love does. It's what it does. What it does. That's what love does.
Yes.
Hey,
I love that song.
yeah. We might need some technical. Jesse, we might need some. I might have to text him some technical.
Yes, I am currently on a mission to get another pair of headphones. Hopefully, take care of that echo on Instagram. I've got one on that, but not on this. So hopefully, that'll take care of it.
Okay. So then then that might be fine. I was gonna say, otherwise I can move my phone like back farther. We're attempting, stuff that people don't normally do.
Exactly. We're doing 2 jobs at once.
2 jobs. We are running. There is we are live on Instagram, and that's what we're gonna. That's where the little bit of echo for any of you up there on Instagram. You can join us on the Facebook, and you won't get any echo right now. And I'll fix it.
Everybody's saying Facebook is better without an echo.
All right, cool.
I think it's just Instagram because I think we both have our sound out of our phone or our devices and things. So I think that's the only thing I can think of. Technical stuff is just technology's always got to give us a roller coaster ride.
Yes, that is for that today. I mean, this year has been a huge technology learning curve.
Yes.
And the first time I actually saw you, no, it wasn't this year. It was last year. We're at CRS. I think was the first time I met you. Was that this year CRS for February?
Yeah, that would have been February.
So right before
everything.
I met you at CRS, and your mom was there, and Lachlan was there, and I was gonna ask you about just about your family. Like, are you guys close to? Are you close with your mom? Like,
Yes, my mom and I are close. My brothers and I, all of us are very close. I have 3 older brothers, so it can make
oh,
life very interesting. But luckily, I mean, I spent most of my life chasing after them to keep up with them. So I feel like it taught me some lessons in just keeping up with boys all the time. So thankfully, they didn't beat me up too hard as kids, and we're all friends now.
yeah. And I think growing up around boys, you got to be like almost like more of a person that can suck it up more. Like work with your hands
100%.
more, you
Get
know?
your hands dirty, get thrown on the dirt a few times. My
I'm
brothers
such
once
a sissy, like with
It
that.
is. My brothers once built a zip line in our backyard out of a tree house and told me that it was perfectly safe to do and that I would be fine. And I was like, I don't know. This just doesn't seem like a good idea. I'm not sure that it's the right thing to do. I'm just getting my headphones hooked up here, but I was like, I don't think it's a good idea, guys. They're like, no, Dariann, you'll be perfectly fine. You should do it. And I was like,
Oh,
okay, cool, I'll do it. Flat out of the tree house, right onto the ground, and that's as good as their or whatever zip lines ever got. Ever.
oh
They're
my
never any better than that.
I'm sure they had you do all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah, there was always fun things going on. Never a lack of entertainment in our home growing up. It definitely made me appreciate. I had one of my cousins came and lived with us for a while when I got older. It made me appreciate having a girl in the house, and
Yeah.
now everybody's in my family's getting married and finding significant others, so it's nice because soon girls will overrule over the men in my family, and I've looked forward to that day my entire life.
I always felt like my dad was the only one, because I had a little sister and then my mom and I, and he was the only guy except for our cats, like growing up. So he would like talk to them, like do man talk,
Right.
kind of like a joke.
I love it.
It's funny.
I have like the world's largest tangle in my headphones here, which who doesn't? Who doesn't tangle every pair of headphones?
I don't know where my wireless headphones went.
I'm currently working with my in-ear headphones, and then I'm trying to get my AirPods to hook up to my phone to see if that'll do us any good. Because ever since wireless headphones came out, I don't have a whole lot of pairs of wired headphones anymore.
Right.
Let's see if that'll work for us. All the technical fun.
So today, Jesse was working on a demo all day and like just blasting music in the house and playing, and I was working on admin stuff in the other room, so at least it wasn't like so loud. But
right,
he's got all the equipment set up today, so it was fun to be able to
that's so fun though.
see him use everything. Yeah.
And it's so rare these days with all this quarantine and everything that we've been able to actually set up full gear and do our thing. So whenever you're able to, it's like an event that you enjoy.
Yeah. I feel like we need to set up the PA before we leave for Florida, just to just to do it, just to like run it through, check everything, organize it.
I know, you almost have to, because it's like you haven't done it in so long that you need to run through everything. Normally, I feel like we're all just so ready. We always have it. We know exactly what to do, but this whole long break thing has got us rusty. Mm-hmm. But not too rusty. We're still ready to roll whenever anybody wants us to.
Bring us to wherever.
Exactly. I think we're all willing to play just about anywhere these days now.
Yes. I'm just taking, every day, just taking notes, taking names, trying to figure out where the next hot spots are, the next place we can go. And I think I saw an artist play somewhere in like Idaho, and I was like, okay, that looks cool. That place looks cool. Let me add it to the spreadsheet.
Right. Exactly. We're gonna go there now.
Yep. Sure. Or where was like the most recent thing on TikTok? It was like cool to be from Indiana or something.
Yes.
What? Where did that work?
It makes everything. It's so random. And that's like my favorite thing, and why and I think so many people end up staying up so late watching, is that it's so random. You never know what's coming.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true.
It makes it fun. Yes, I will. I actually wrote this song during that CRS trip, a little solo, which I feel like sometimes I love co-writing, and sometimes you forget that you can write one on your own too. I always find that that's my thing, is remembering that even though co-writes are powerful and like my favorite thing on this earth, I can still sit down with my guitar and come up with something. And I wrote this song in my hotel bathroom, trying not to keep people awake. My boyfriend was in the Marine Corps, and during this time was on deployment, and so I hadn't heard from him in a while, and I was trying to figure out what song I wanted to record. I couldn't really decide what my second song was going to be, and this one just kind of flew out of me, and I was like, yep, this is one we're recording. It's called My Love Is. Like waves in the ocean, I move to the sea, crashing over and over into me. Two drops in the ocean, and my love is here. Oh, if you ever wonder where I'll be, from sea to shining sea, you know you're out there fighting. I'm trying to be strong, gotta keep on moving, step after step, so in your arms, 10,000 miles, felt so far. My love is wherever you I feel so alone, reaching out for you, forgetting you're gone. Till dawn, no matter how much time goes on, from sea to shining sea, you know you're out there fighting. I'm trying to be strong, gotta keep on moving, step after step, in your arms, 10,000 miles, never felt so far. My love is wherever you by you. Are you out there looking to the ocean blue? I promise I'll always be waiting for you. From sea to shining sea, I know you're out there fighting. I'm trying to be strong, gotta keep on moving, step after step, time in your arms, 10,000 miles, never felt so far. My love is wherever you are. My love is wherever you are.
Yes, I love it.
Ending. Thank you.
I love that you wrote that by yourself, you know, like
I know. I love co-writing. It is, to me, like one of the most powerful and vulnerable moments you get. But every once in a while, those writes by yourself, you're like, man, I can do it. Like, I've got it in me too.
yes. That like so encourages me to be like, hey, finish those songs.
Yes. I'm so good at that too.
Yeah. Oh, no, I really love that. So you
Thank
got
you.
that recorded.
Yes, I do. That one is ready to roll for this year.
That's awesome.
It's so
Kirstie,
exciting.
please go follow Dariann on her page right now and on all the platforms, whatever platform you love. And yeah, go follow her because she's gonna be releasing that song, and she already has a bunch of other awesome songs. And so
Thank you.
that's the point. I just so can't say enough like how much I was excited about tonight and was so happy you said yes. And I just want to thank you for helping me celebrate the release of the
Absolutely.
music video.
It's so good. If you guys have not seen it, you seriously need to go watch it. Not right now. Just wait a little bit till we're done with the
Yeah.
live. But right afterwards, go watch it. Give her a follow as well to all my followers out there. Kirstie is one of the real ones. You gotta go check her out.
Yeah, that was a really fun shoot. And like
It
we
looked so
used the
fun.
same people, right? Like for
Yes.
your upcoming music video, and the Justins are very
Yes.
talented. And it was just I was able to play a ghost, and that was cool. It was weird.
Cool.
It was weird to have other people be like in charge of filming, like and be doing the scene when I just my job was to like watch and like take it in certain moments of scenes, and I was like, this is weird. I want to do it, but it was good. It was good for me to like let them do it because boy, those two nailed it. They really did. Like
there's so much talent in them visually that every time Justin comes up with an idea, I'm like, yes, you came up with it. We're gonna do it. I'm always like, just come up with anything you can. Whatever you say is gonna be perfect anyways.
Right. Yeah, they think of all the little details. So
they do.
I've definitely been trying to like refer them and Justin around town and all that stuff just because I know he does great work.
They do. They're the Justins, y'all. If you haven't checked them out, you need to.
They have a really funny YouTube thing going on that they're just starting up.
Gosh. I love everything they do. Their ideas are so fun, and I feel I've never been around both of them together actually at the same time.
Really? Oh my gosh.
I feel like it is a vibe, and I am ready for everything they do.
Yes. And then we always get together. Like all of us will get together and watch the music video like when it's first finished. And they like film me, like film my reaction. And both times I like start bawling because I'm like, you guys, like what? You just made me look so cool.
I know. That's the coolest thing about music videos though, is like we're just used to being in them and then they get to see yourself. So like, oh, that's so cool. And you're like, sweet, what are we doing next? And then you finally get to see it. And I'm the person that sits there silent and is just like, whoa, until the very end. So I feel like I'm not that exciting to watch until like the last 30 seconds. Then I'm exciting.
I get it. But you'll have to film a reaction video one of these times to when you first see your music video, you know?
I do. I did one to my recent video, and it was the same way. I was like, the last 30 seconds are great.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, this is, I'm like, Instagram, Facebook.
I know.
I'm going to do like a sassy song. And
yes.
I remember when I first learned this song on the guitar, I was so nervous. And I had to go play at this theater in Wisconsin for like the Chicks with Hits. So it was like Pam Tillis,
cool.
Terry Clark, and Susie Bogus. And it was my first time playing a solo show by myself. So talk about pressure. And I was like, okay, yeah, I can do it. But when they called me and asked, you betcha I said I could do it. And then I went and figured out how to do it. Like I was like, I have to do this. It's just one of those things I gotta say yes. So and it was a goal of mine for a long time. So yeah, I remember performing this song, and I wrote this with Bonnie Lee Panda on her patio, on her porch. Is what they call porch in the South, on her porch in Hendersonville. And I was visiting Nashville at the time. So this is If It Were Worse, and definitely not a song you want written about you. That's for sure.
Gotcha.
Wish I heard you cheating. Wish you be lying through your teeth. You say I'm looking for a reason. Call it done or ask you to leave. I keep waiting, I keep staying for something else to change. Nothing's wrong and it ain't right. I really should leave you tonight. It ain't bad and it ain't great. I can't leave, I can't stay. It would be better, it would be better, it would be better if it were worse. It's bigger than the headphones. All alone after a long day, in the middle of another save the date. Kind of couple you don't wanna hate, and I'm here with your dirty plate in an empty place. I keep waiting, I keep staying for something else to change. Nothing's wrong and it ain't right. I really should leave you tonight. It ain't bad and it ain't great. I can't leave, I can't stay. It would be better, it would be better, it would be better if it were. I wouldn't be questioning myself. I wouldn't be going through this hell. I don't wanna wake years from now feeling I made a mistake somehow. Nothing's wrong and it ain't right. I really should leave you tonight. It ain't bad and it ain't great. I can't leave, I can't stay. It would be better, it would be better, it would be better if it were worse. If it were worse.
Yes. I love that so much.
So talk about like, you know, printing off the lyrics and like giving that to the person that it's about. How awkward is that? I couldn't help myself.
I've done that before.
When we broke up, I printed off this is so bad to even share. I printed off the lyrics and I put the key with it, like lyrics of like 3 different songs that I wrote about it. And I put it on his porch. And
that is everything.
I was like, here you go. Here's some songs I wrote about this too. I learned my lesson. After a couple times to not do that. You know, especially when it's like when you write something like in the moment. I felt like between the 3 of those songs, it summed up how I felt. So that was it helped me express that. You know?
Yeah, but just to give someone something, I've never done that, but that is a power move.
Yeah.
Girl, I love that. That is amazing.
Awesome. I was gonna ask you. Well, I'll ask you in a second. I want to play a song. Just because I'm loving this. I feel like I have a front row seat right now. And
same. This is so fun. I can't help but jam out when you're playing something like this. It's just awesome, amazing. I was gonna say both of them at the same time. I just didn't spit out because this is seriously so fun. I
do have a question. Who are your biggest influences?
Ooh, I'm a big Shania Twain girl. Shania Twain, Johnny Cash, and so many other artists right underneath that. I love Casey Musgraves, Maren Morris. I grew up listening to Glenn Campbell and Waylon Jennings and all of them, so they are definitely huge influences as well as all the women in country music. So much power. But how about you?
I love to listen to old country right away. That's really cool.
Yes.
My mom listened, she would play music all the time, and it was my first influences were really Amy Grant and Gloria Stefan. Those 2 women were everything to me growing up. And then it was Mariah, Whitney, Celine, Celine Dion.
I so see that.
Christina Aguilera. And then it was oh wait, Shania is doing a crossover thing. So that brought me into country. Yes. And LeAnn Rimes came out and she had age appropriate songs. you know, for me to not just sing about like super in-depth
Right.
things that I didn't know about. So my mom just started like buying her all her tapes and things so I could listen and sing to her songs, and I just like loved it. I loved. Then I got in the country. It was Faith Hill, like Jody Messina, Martina. Boom.
Amen to all of those.
Mhm.
My first song that I sang solo publicly was LeAnn Rimes' Blue. And that is
Nice.
like my one thing where I'm like, you know where I came from when it comes to music when that was the first I sang publicly.
Mhm. Yeah. First concert. What was it?
Ooh, Katy Perry.
Katy Perry?
Katy
Nice.
Perry.
Nice. LeAnn Rimes was my first concert.
I love her. My parents saw her when she was really young. Actually at like a Disney studio or something like that where you could like see singers in there. And ever since they've told me that, I'm like, I can't even imagine doing that. Like that would be so cool.
Yeah, one. Yes. I got to see her at the Ryman
Perfect.
not 2020, but 2019. It was September of 2019, and it was like a early birthday present. And my roommate got the tickets, and we went. And I told him to be prepared with Kleenex for when she's saying, "How do I live?" I was like,
Yes.
"Just bring the Kleenex," and she crushed it.
Such an emotional song. When does like they never crush it? Like all these people always crush it. There's never a moment where I'm like, oh, they're always amazing.
I know.
And half the time they're wearing like, when I went to see ours, I was like, these girls are up here wearing 6-inch heels. I'm going to stand up to clap for them because that in itself is a performance.
I went and saw Ariana Grande with that like PicTix app.
Yes.
$19 at Bridgestone. Okay, everybody. This app is amazing. But I went with a Belmont student and we had the best time. But Ariana Grande literally walks around in this big of heels.
I can't do
and
it.
Is singing the whole time. She's not lip syncing. She's singing the whole time. And I was impressed. I didn't even know all the words to all her songs, but I was really, really impressed with her.
You're like, girl, you're doing that.
All of these with her voice, it was incredible.
The way she moves her voice is like the smoothest thing ever. And I'm always infatuated with it. She does so well.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Sweet. Love it.
This one is, hey everybody watching. I just completely realized I haven't even acknowledged, but thank you guys for watching. This one I wrote actually back in February as well, before CRS, and we literally recorded it. Welcome to Nashville, like 3 days later. It's just the beauty of the city. Awesome. I know. When we decided to do it that way, I was like, I'm a little stressed out, but I'm going to pretend that I'm not. Right. But I sat down with the writers of my Baker Music Row song, Wherever I Go, to write this one, Emily Sky, Sky Claire and Emily Fortney, and they are just killers in themselves for writing music. I sat in that room and I was like, this is the most boss female room I've ever sat in, and I am feeling it. And I was so glad that we were able to write a song like this. And it's actually the next song I'm putting out in 2021. So it's called Let Me Go. You showed up at my door for a box of your things. You didn't want them back, you're just trying to see me. Enough with the waterworks, baby, there's no point. Everything you say now just sounds like white noise. And I'm like, oh, let me go. I'm so glad how you left behind you. Call it yours, I call it mine. You got your reasons, I got this rhyme. I'll sing it to you every time I go. Let me go. Now. Let me go. Open up your grip, babe, it's time to move on. Any love we had here is nothing but gone. And I'm like, oh, 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 let me go. Oh, oh, I always try to see how you can take a piece of me. Yeah, it's something that you left behind. Call it yours, I call it mine. You got your reasons, I got this rhyme. I'll sing it to you every time I go. Oh, 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 let me go. Oh, oh, now. Oh, oh, let me go. Oh, now. Release me, oh, won't you just leave me? Release me, oh, leave me alone. Something that you left behind. You call it yours, I call it mine. Something that you left behind. You call it yours, I call it mine. Got your reasons, I got this rhyme. I'll sing it to you every time I go. Oh, 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 let me go. Oh, oh, now. Oh, oh, let me go. Oh, oh, now.
Yes. I'm so happy that song's coming out. That's a jam.
When we wrote it, I was like, yep, I'm not stressed out at all anymore. That was brilliant.
Yeah. And you're like, well, this next year is going to be a good one because I got music. I got music to release.
That is the best feeling ever.
I feel like it feels like you have like almost this like secret gift, you know, like this like thing that you're holding on to, like something up your sleeve, but even better, like I want to say a present that you're gonna give, you know, your boyfriend or something, and it's like perfect. Right. You know he's gonna love it. That's
exactly. It really is that. I always say the same thing, something up my sleeve, but it really is a present. That's the perfect way to put it. It's like a golden ticket burning a hole in your pocket, and you're just like, we gotta go, we gotta do it now.
Yeah. I feel like, so when Jesse opened his presents this year for Christmas, it was their first like Christmas together, and I was like so pumped. They did such a good job. But I bought him this fly, like the zapper that looks like a tennis racket, and he was so pumped about that, and I knew he was gonna. And it sounds so funny saying it now, but he was like, "Oh, you know me, like you just."
He's like, we've officially met this level.
Yeah. And then I actually got I got some markers, or like crayons markers that you can write in the shower. And I told him, I said, if we can start writing a song like line by line every time we go in. Like, what do you think? And he was
that
like,
is such a cool idea.
That's cool. Or just like leave notes or whatever. I don't know. But they were talking about it over the local music scene.
Yes.
Kara, she and him were talking about it in a interview, and she brought this up, and they were even like, I bet you Kirstie's going to order those right now. And I went downstairs like secretly and ordered them for his Christmas present. And he forgot about the conversation until he opened it, and then he was like, oh my gosh. It was really, really funny. But yeah, it's just fun.
I love those types of ideas though, where there's like something behind it. It's kind of like getting a card for Christmas and someone like really writes something out, or your birthday. To me, those are like the gifts that I love the most. Even just the little sticky note that says like 4 words that are meaningful. I'm like, that's all I need.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, it's just when there's a little sentiment or like a little thought behind it that like ties in, and
yes,
it's not just like a wallet or whatever, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's fun. So I've I'm at the point now where I have all like songs for probably 3 more records, but
I
I'm
love
still
it.
I'm releasing this one, you know, like we're doing the rollout. So trying to, you know, be like I still jammed all these songs. I still play them and I
Oh
love them
yeah.
and I get excited about playing new stuff. So I might have Jesse come in and help me play like a new song later if I can grab him over here. But I know he's like deep in his demo. But they're yeah, I'm excited about demoing out some stuff and starting to play them live. I think that's like for me what I have to do is I have to like
Right.
I have to get it where I like start playing it live and start like feeling it out. Cause like you said, when you wrote a song and 3 days later recorded it, I would be tripping. Like I would be like, wait, I don't know, you know, like fully where everything sits. But
Right.
sometimes it's cool to put yourself on the spot. It's cool to
It
like be
is.
like, how am I gonna yeah, like you as an artist just like steps up and you put yourself in a space where you have to rely on your
It
pure
is.
artistry and what you do, you know?
I think that's one of my favorite things too. Is like I grew up in sports and theater and music and all of it, and one of my
Yeah.
favorite moments is when it's like the pressure's on you. Like this is up to you to do, and you have to step up to the plate. And I think that's where I love music so much, even more than everything, is that you just get this like moment. You're like, okay, it's on me. Like I got this.
Yes, I was. I didn't know you did theater.
Yes, I grew up from in theater from. I wasn't supposed to be in this production when I was in like second grade. You're supposed to start in second grade, but I think I started in like first or kindergarten, was in them until I graduated.
That's awesome. In like just any from place from all different companies and
Yeah, we used to have this thing. I think Wisconsin does it too. It's called Prairie Fire Theater, and they come around and they do like a play within a week every single summer. And we would do
nice.
those, and I like grew up on that. That was like the
Yeah.
thing I looked forward to, like Christmas morning, was getting a script and memorizing it all in like 2 days and getting on
Yeah,
stage. And we
yeah,
had it was like the best.
that would be really fun. I started in theater when I was 7, and that was community theater. And then when I was 8, from 8 to 13, I worked at a professional dinner theater, but also did community theater and like theater through school, you know? So sometimes I'd
Right,
have to wake up at 7 to go to rehearsals for school,
right,
so play, but then leave at like noon or 1 to go to the dinner theater because that was my shift that week to do
right.
like a midday,
That's
a
so cool.
matinee. Yeah, it was awesome. But so the plays you learned them for 2 weeks, and then it ran for 3 months.
Wow,
So we really became like a family kind of,
that's
like
cool.
hanging out five. I did 5 shows a week, and at the time the kids weren't allowed to do 10 shows, so we only did 5 shows, and we had our the other person do the other 5 shows. So
Right.
they had like doubles for kids,
That's
but
so
it was
cool.
fun. Yeah. And it was just like Christmas shows, lots of Christmas. I did like 5 Christmas shows with them too.
That is
So
so
Christmas
fun.
music, Christmas
Christmas
music.
music
Your
is the best.
your Christmas song is awesome. In the
Thank
video,
you.
just everything that you're doing, you're killing it.
Thank
So
you.
I'm yeah, just really like proud of you. And I've definitely been like a watcher of stuff you're doing and when you
Oh,
release music. So
thank
yeah,
you. That is so sweet. You just made like my month.
yay. Well, I hope that we can do something like really fun in the Midwest if they do ever
That would
do
be
like,
awesome.
and have like a whole representation of like all the different states with like all these artists. We could make like a whole night of it.
We
I'll
literally
t-
could.
yeah, yeah, especially with like because there's a lot of just some really talented guy artists up there too.
Oh, there
Like
is.
in
There's so
Minnesota.
much talent.
And you know Ben Johnson like personally?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I've never met him in person, but we chatted like online. But I've
Right.
never really been over to Minnesota other than one time to the campus. I was
Oh,
visiting
right.
my friends my freshman year, and we were like checking out everyone's places, where we went to school, and it was cold. I remember it was February, and we were in the tunnels
Yes.
and the frat
So cool.
parties and the themed frat parties, and it was interesting. It was they really got into their themes over there. I noticed.
Oh, colleges and themes for anything is like the biggest deal I learned when I was at college.
Yeah, yeah. It was fun. It was a good visit, and then we had some WAP. And some people don't know what WAP is. from the South. But essentially, everybody, it is Everclear and vodka and anything else you have, and then some juices, and you put it in a cooler, and you like just take it out and put it in a cup. That's
You
it.
dump it all in at like one time.
And I will tell you guys, I'm pretty I was always really responsible, but that night I put myself to bed at 9 p.m. I was like, and it's a little too. I had a little too much. WAP was a little intense, so I'm gonna go to bed, everybody.
Yeah,
tomorrow. Because I never wanted to be that, person. So I was just
Right.
like, I'm out for the night. Like,
I'm
see
gonna
you guys.
go.
Yeah. But it was definitely fun to visit friends in Minnesota. That was, yeah.
Oh, for sure. We got to get you up
so-
here and we can do that sometime. That'd be so fun.
Yes, I need to check out. Oh, wait, I played at the mall one time.
Oh, cool. I too.
I don't remember what mall it was, but it was in the like St. Twin Cities mall, maybe. Not the grand,
Gotcha.
not the like the big one.
Not Mall of America.
What is it called? Mall of America, not
Mall
Mall
of
of America, like a different mall. But I was like 13. It was very.
That's still so fun though.
Yeah.
I sang at the Mall of America once, and I was like walking in, and I was like, "Oh
awesome.
man, pressure is on today."
Right, because there's so many people that go there,
and it's so high, and the sound is going everywhere in there. It's going
right.
left, right, up, down, and I'm looking at people. They're coming down the escalator and like waving. I'm like, I can't wave and play bye.
Just like do the smile nod or like
best you have.
I love it. I love it. Oh man, yeah, we totally need to hang out. This is so we can literally talk all day. I'm a talker too.
It's the Midwest in us.
Yes, and you guys, and just like, hey, my casa is your casa. Like, you've been here before. Go get the drinks.
Right.
Kind of thing, It was very weird being in the South and being at like a co-writer's house and them being like, no, don't lift a finger. And I was like, okay.
Right.
Okay. I'm just not used to it. Because in the Midwest, it's kind of just like, yeah, you know where the stuff's at. Like, go ahead.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. I totally get you.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a song that I'm gonna be putting out.
Yes.
This song is called Something New, and I wrote it with Joe Sly. And he's kind of one of my regulars that I love to write with for many reasons. But this one, we wrote part of it in a library. And on the work tape, it was like, the library is closing in 15 minutes. But we still were able to hear the song and what it was. And so
that is awesome.
Yeah, this is my version of like I'm moving to Nashville song. And
I love it.
Yeah. So it's called Something New. Oh, I need a capo. That's what's up. What? Yeah. A long time coming in all of the sudden goodbyes and misty eyes. Got everyone's blessing and no second guessing. Never been a better time. They say good luck, we'll miss you. We're always here if you ever feel like coming home. Don't forget where I came from when I moved away from the only life that I've ever known. I've heard a sound playing in my head for sound, beating in my heart and beat strong, going with the groove. I'm starting something new. I follow the tune, do whatever I gotta do. Got nobody asking me to go on and make that move. I'm starting something new. I started something new. The rhythm of the city, the people all around me moving to their own beat. It gives me harmony as I live on melody. I can be who I wanna be. Endless possibilities. I've heard a sound playing in my head for sound. It's beating in my heart and it's strong, going with the groove. Outside it's something new. How about the tune? Do whatever I gotta do. Got nobody asking me to. Come on and make that move. Outside it's something new. A bigger picture needs a different frame. Ooh, everything changes, one thing always stays the same. I've heard a sound playing in my head for sound. It's beating in my heart and it's strong, going with the groove. I'm starting something new. How about it too? Do whatever I gotta do. Got nobody asking me to. Go on and make that move. I'm starting something new. I'm starting something new.
Yes, that's so good.
That one
I
was
love that
fun.
song.
I feel like that sums it up for me. That sums it up for like my moving and being. I was pretty. It was a big decision, and I, I really do miss Wisconsin a lot, and I really miss the culture, and I really miss my parents
Right.
talking to the TV during the Packer games, like 2 seconds before the announcers, and then hearing the same thing from the announcers. Like, and I miss it. But they're actually going to be coming down to Florida. They're going to be flying to Florida.
Oh, that's
and
so exciting.
Hanging out for like 12 days. And over the Super Bowl, I know there's probably some Minnesota people watching. You guys got Brett Favre a long time ago. No, just
We did.
But I'm hoping we'll be down there when the team's down there. And
that'd be so cool.
It'd be fun, that's for sure. Here, my computer. Yeah, so that was definitely, like, I think a different version to write I'm moving to Nashville. You know what I mean? But we were talking, like I was talking to Zeke at the time, and he was like, "What are you guys gonna write today?" And I was like, "I don't know, like something new." Like, meaning because a lot of times we would write in like 2 parts, like 2 different sessions. Gotcha. So I was like, yeah, we're just gonna start something new. And then as I was driving, you know how like when you drive to a write, if you just like all these ideas start turning, and
yes,
you're working out these things in your mind. And I was like, that just hit me, that moment that I said that, like something new. And I was like, what if we wrote a song that was titled this? And then we just start talking about it.
That is perfect.
It's fun. We definitely need to write.
Yes, we do. Seriously.
Cool.
I love write so much. It is like, to me, like we were talking about gifts earlier, to me, like waiting on a write is even like waiting on Christmas morning sometimes, especially if you know you're going in with like this really cool idea. And we all have writes where we're like, nah, it was a write. It was okay. But every once in a while you have that write where you're just like, the world is a brighter place today because I had that write.
Yeah.
For me,
and you're jazzed. You're like,
yes.
Afterwards, you're You're like, the best day ever. Like that's, I don't care if I do nothing. Yeah. Oh man.
It's the best.
Totally know what you're talking about. I don't start because I want to plug my computer in and I want to hear every single note.
This was one of those songs that when I wrote it with my two friends, I came out of it and I was like, yep, this is one. I know we aren't able to do live shows right now, but this is one that as soon as I am able to do anything, I am recording this song ASAP. So obviously with everything going on, it kind of got delayed a little bit. Things get moved and everything. We've all become used to that. But I was like, this song is one that there's no chance I'm not recording it. I had to. This one was so much fun to write. I wrote it with Liddy Clark and Charlie Reynolds, two of my good friends. And the second we started with our ideas, and Liddy came in with this really great idea. And I was like, Cameron Palmer. Cameron came in with this really good idea, and I was like, that is everything for this ride, is Cameron Palmer and Charlie Reynolds. I was thinking I had another ride with Liddy a while back, but this was one where I was like, yeah, this is going to be recorded. And I was like, I hope you guys don't mind, but this is one that I feel like I can put something behind. And they're like, do it right now. And it was so fun to record because I recorded with Butter Fortney, who's in trailer choir, and we were recording and we were both just like on this recording session high, like a writer's high. We're like, yes, this is everything. We're loving it. And it was so much fun because it had been so long since I'd been with him and in the studio and just in Nashville in general. So it felt like we were just on this moment of life where like, we're finally here. We're finally here to enjoy it. And we're having so much fun. This one's called Leave. It's very different for me, but it's something that I feel like I've been always wanting to write. And with them, I was finally able to write it. It goes like this. You were always trying to change me, mix it up and rearrange me. I'm not one to let the rules bend. Then I started playing pretend, followed your steps to the moon, and now how do I get back to solid ground? When you look in the mirror and tell me, do you see her? 'Cause you can make me different and just leave. You got what you wanted out of me. Tell me, was it worth it? You left me deserted, praying on my knees, trying to find me. But you're burning every bridge that you make. Dancing in the kitchen, a red wine. Now I just lost neon lights. How to touch what reminds me of what you convinced me to live. Followed your steps to the moon, and now how do I get back to solid ground? You can make me different, and just leave. You got what you wanted out of me. Tell me, was it worth it? You left me deserted, praying on my knees, trying to find me. But you're burning every bridge that you made when you leave. When you look in the mirror and tell me, do you see her? 'Cause I don't. You can make me different, just leave. You got what you wanted out of me. Yeah, tell me, was it worth it? You left me deserted,
gosh. Whoa. Okay, one, the breath support. That takes a diaphragm for sure.
It does.
That song, yes. For those of you who maybe don't sing, like maybe just sing in the shower or whatever, as a singer, I so appreciate that. That's a lot of control that you have to have in order to sing that song, and that is awesome. So
thank you. That one's probably one of my favorites to sing because it's one of those where it's like you get to work right now. Like this is your time to work.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just love that.
And you're like, yep, gotta get it. Okay, gotta get it.
Exactly.
I love it. So I was gonna text Jesse, but in Messenger on Facebook.
I've literally been doing that this whole time, asking for headphones, everything. So
right, because our phones are up here on
exactly
the Instagram. Okay, let me see what babe question mark. I know he's at his computer, so he's got to see it.
Yes.
Oh,
Travis Thammer actually had a really fun story with how he met your parents.
What do you mean?
Show. Travis Thammer, he's an artist that I recorded a song with like a year ago. He just commented he's been watching. He's like one of the most fun people ever. The
yes,
okay. Yes.
Travis, yes. Okay, yes. I did meet him. Hold on. This was a long time ago. Through like, who's calling me? No, don't call me right now. Okay. We're back. Yeah, I just asked him to come. Travis is such a great guy, and he releases music, and he's been a good friend. We're connected on all the sites, I think even Snapchat. So what's up, Travis? Good to see you. I want to play Beer Song. Could you play Beer Song? You can just sit right. Yeah.
He's one of my faves. Okay. He showed up to the Midwest CMAs with pizza like Ellen and was like, Dariann, you have to try this pizza right now. And I was like, during the award show, he's like, yes, I'm getting pizza right now. You're going to sit right here and we're going to eat it. And I was like, I am your girl. I'm game.
Right. It's pizza.
And him and I just sat there chilling.
That's awesome. He's such a nice guy. And okay, so this song is called Beer Song, but it's not about beer. Even though if I were to have a drink, it would be either some sort of craft beer or wine. But that's a rare thing. But yeah, the Beer Song is about hearing more women on the radio.
Yes.
And I wrote it with Diane Waters, and she was one of those when I heard her perform live at this place out in, I don't even know what city. It's kind of like very east of and north of town. Not Hendersonville, but one of those over there. And I loved her styling and what she was doing. And so I went up to her and I was like, hey, I love your kind of thing. And I think my thing and your thing together would be really cool. And
yes,
luckily she thought the same thing. And now we both tell each other all the time, we're like definitely each other's top 5 people to write with.
I love it. I love it.
Just on a whim, I decided to go up and talk to her. I was really nervous, but yeah. So this is the last song we wrote. We probably have 7 songs together now, but this is a Beer Song. It's about women, hearing more women on the radio. Yes. Can you hear the guitar? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Shoebox is busted, I can't find my favorite new tune. We used to have Faith, Martina, and Reba to carry us through. They made me wanna sing, call me when I fell. Love and fell apart, somehow they knew my heart. Now I'm here in this bar and I wanna feel something real. I need another beer song. Take something a little more strong. Get away from the not so good old days where the girl's voice fades. No, you didn't hear me wrong. I'll still have a cold one. I need another beer song. take them by surprise kind of songs. Get me through the weekdays, make every Saturday last long. What? How about a story where the good girls win, and it's okay to believe in happy endings again? And we're rocking like we got it, 'cause girls, you know we do. I need another beer song, take something a little more strong. Get away from the not so good old days when a girl's voice fades. No, you didn't hear me wrong, I still have a cold one. I need another beer song. I need another beer song. Rockin' like we got it, rockin' like we got it on the radio. Rockin' like we got it, rockin' like we got it on the radio. Rockin' like we got it, rockin' like we got it on the radio. Rockin' like we got it, rock it till we got it on the radio.
Amen. I love that.
Thank you. Actually, do you know Golden West? They're a duo,
I've heard the name.
California.
You know
Hey, but
what?
they're in, huh?
Well, I'm gonna say something. I'm taking responsibility for that tempo issue for this
For this
for this
time,
time.
oh my gosh.
Normally it's Kirstie's fault.
He's over there killing the harmonies, though.
He does some really seriously high harmonies, and
I've seen your videos, and every time I'm like, this man is up here killing it with these notes.
yeah, he never harmonized before until the two of us got together and started singing together, which is insane to me because I feel like now he's at the point where he can just like whip him out of nowhere.
Right.
And, that's really cool. That's
And
really
that's
cool.
hard, too, like, just to be able to step in and do it. So major
Yeah.
props to him.
Yeah, him and I met at Live Oak.
That's where that.
It just Sunday Fun Day with Sam Varga at Live Oak, and
Yes.
he played in the round before me, and then I played, and that was that. We became best friends.
That's so cool, though. It's like awesome when you're able to become really close to someone first and then go into anything else.
We definitely like really got to know each other in the group and like hung out all the time, and so it was, yeah, we felt like we knew each other. We knew what we were getting into, per se.
That's awesome. And you guys sound so good together.
Oh,
Like,
thank
it's
you.
just natural. And I know it's like, you meet some singers and you're like, our voices blend, but they don't like blend like butter. But then you meet some people and you're just like, our voices go together like the waves in the ocean. And that is definitely you too. And that's not easy, though.
Dude,
It's not easy to find that one.
you guys see this? You can't see it because of light. I think this was everywhere. Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely. No, seriously, your voices are like smooth together. There's no moment where it's like, nah, that, you know, whatever. But because there is, like, you see some people and you're like, you know, it's hard to harmonize with someone and just to blend with people. Voices are so different. And yours, I've never had a moment hearing you two where I'm like, no, I'm always like, yes, a million times yes.
Cool. Awesome. I love it. Thank you for saying
Absolutely.
that. Do you got time for one more?
Yes, always.
Okay. Yay.
This one is probably one of my more country rights. I always feel like I kind of verge more into this new version of country with pop in it, a little influence of that. But I grew up so much with pure country. It's in my blood. It's what I've heard since I was a kid. That was some of the first songs I learned were Johnny Cash. First song I learned on guitar was Johnny Cash. I remember ripping out different songs from Glenn Campbell with my dad in the car and all of that. So I felt like this song was something that I kind of needed to kind of go back home for, if that makes any sense. I wrote this one by myself in my bedroom. Recently, COVID's kind of brought me back to doing that a little bit. I listened to One More Shot at Jackson. I know, it's fun because you forget you can. It's called One More Shot at Jackson. It's kind of a little bit of my life story. I know there's so many parts of life that you can't always fit into a 3-minute song, but I was able to fit some really cool things that I love. It goes like this. Maybe it's the sound of that horse running. Maybe it's the feeling of what's coming. When your two wheels down on a runaway, you're showing up late. Maybe it's fate. It's coming off from school, no mama's always there. It's those late night songs and tear-filled prayers. It's got me running around, there's no stoplight town. Asking for one more shot at Jackson. 'Cause I've got a couple bucks in my back pocket. Feel like that worth the walk in a spiral notebook full of songs where I try to find out what went wrong with Granddaddy. Try to come from a bar fight and a wound up gone. It's the kind of things a kid can't depend on. Spent my whole life chasing my brothers. So one time my brothers, they taught me the superficial things ain't what it means to fix a broken heart. Still got a couple bucks in my back pocket. Feel like that worth the walk in a spiral notebook full of songs where I try to find out what went wrong with Granddaddy. Tried to come home that night from a bar fight and a wound up gone. It's the kind of things a kid can't depend on. And every channel, no matter where I go, I can shoot low as 445. Damn, the thing can fly. I know if he could hold on tight, he would, but he understood. I've got a couple bucks in my back pocket. Few lines that are worth the walk in a spiral notebook full of songs where I try to find out what went wrong with Granddaddy. Try to come home that night from a bar fight and wound up gone. Sometimes my mistake is a faith or fate that I can't depend on. Maybe it's fate. Maybe it's fate. One shot at Jackson.
Oh my gosh, girl. that one is special. Like that
Thank
really
you.
that really has it brings you to a space. And
Thank you.
so it does everything that you wanted it to. Like,
Oh, exactly. I
yeah,
appreciate that. That one is, I always find like my natural spot is always country music, but I always go into this like, I love to just kill it and just go into this pop zone with country in it. And I'm like, sometimes it's good to just go hit the dirt road again, you know?
Yeah. I tend to write probably really poppy melodies that are mixed with blues, and sometimes they sound it definitely takes, again, it can't be me on the guitar.
Right.
Right. I will say that because of the melodies that I come up with, a lot of times I don't want to limit myself. So I'll take them to Jesse, and he like leans in, and he listens and is like, okay, maybe an inversion, no, okay, maybe that, like he's like figuring it out. And that's really, it's fun. It's fun to be able to explore that. But sometimes having a country song like that
exactly
feels so good.
It does.
Feels really good. I think that is a great song.
Thank you.
I want to say, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Tonight went by really, really fast. We definitely should do this again sometime.
We need to.
If we ever have a release, or just we want to celebrate something, just females in music, we can totally do this again. I would love it. Okay, cool. And
we totally need to.
Writing for sure. But yeah, Thirsties, everybody that tuned in, everybody that I don't know, hey, what's up? This has been super fun. And thank you so much, Dariann. I so appreciate it. And please go check out the music video if you haven't already for Thirsty. It came out 3 days ago on Facebook. And
yes, it's in my head. And I know it will be in everybody else's too. You got to go watch it. It's so cool.
Yeah, I didn't play that song tonight, but you can go listen to it. And let me know. Let me know once we're able to meet and hang out in person. Things are a little weird right now, but yeah, for sure. Shoot me a text. I'll make sure that we hang out because I really want to schedule it right.
I do too.
I'm very happy with all of the songs that you performed tonight, and that just made me even a bigger fan. So that's why these nights are so cool to be able to do.
It is. I'm definitely going to be rewatching because I think I have like all of your songs in my head already. Just from hearing them once. I'm that person that like if something has a really pretty sound, it inserts my brain and it stays there forever. So I'm gonna be like jamming to our live.
Yeah, I definitely think we could come up with something really.
Oh, 100%.
Really cool. Awesome. So yes. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Talk to you soon. See you soon.